live in optical stereo and 3D illusion. It is the Etc.Show with Paul Pease. Episode 36, everybody. 36 of these little Baker's things we've got going, don't we? Let's get right on into it here. I'm sorry, of course, that there wasn't an episode Tuesday. Things just kind of got a little bit screwy, Louie, so better late than never, I say. At least it gives me some up-to-date stories, like this first one right off the bat. Today, thousands marched in D.C. for gun control. They want assault weapons banned. Look, guys, what's the United States Constitution there for? Second Amendment, right to bear arms. All right? Being guns taken away from people is not the answer. They're not going to get taken away from the criminals, are they? No. You know, regular Joe and Jane Q public are going to continue to get victimized if gun control actually starts happening. Look at Chicago, for example. I'm told that they kind of pushed that one, right? Crime has gone up. I'm sorry, I don't have the statistics in front of my face, but that is what I read as of the last 2 weeks. It's not the answer, kids. I'm telling you, handguns, shotguns. That's pretty much what the regular public needs. We don't need no AK-47s. What the heck? Part of the responsibility on all of this is really the gun manufacturers, okay? Did we really need something that could blow the head off of a deer and make it almost unrecognizable? No, I don't think so. So, I don't understand. Military grade, police grade, I don't quite get it. Where it was the threshold, I don't understand. But, like I said about maybe, was it half a dozen episodes ago, I brought up an episode where 3D guns could be made for like simply under $1,000, I think. Yeah, and they work. Maybe not really well, but they still work. So, I don't know. This should have been... The responsibility on this should have been done decades ago, not now. It's a little too late to stop the tide on this. As far as for the manufacturing, they really didn't need to go all out. Armor piercing and everything else. Like, really? Come on. Bullets are bullets, people. That's all it's supposed to be. I don't know. So forget that. Second Amendment's there. The government keeps pushing, and they're trying to strip us of our liberties. It's not, we're not going to be happy campers. Trust me, this is only the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. But I'm sorry, people. Newton school thing. That's what kind of pushed it over the cliff, per se. Okay. I have read reports and particular retail establishment that I work at. The gun sales have gone crazy. I'm telling you, they have shot up, and the ammo and everything else, and so have the prices on this stuff, okay? It's like, I read somewhere, and I'm sorry, I wish I had the news source in front of my face, but this was a comment that was told by a gun dealer in Texas that he said that he had to thank Obama for his gun sales. Really? Really? We gotta go there, huh? It's ridiculous. It's crazy people that cause all of this. Okay? Regular, mentally competent, and responsible human beings don't abuse the privilege. And that's not just goes with guns. It's with anything in life, right? It's the people that are a little loco that ruin it for the rest of us. And the government steps in too much. We're not babies. We can stand on our own 2 feet. We can. Let us be responsible. Let us be responsible. That's what it's all about. Okay, we're done with that particular issue. How about this one? My last serious one. This just happened today, I guess. Hackers that are sympathetic to the late computer prodigy Aaron Swartz claimed today that they hacked into the website of the United States Department of Justice Sentencing Commission and plans to release government data. Schwartz was facing trial on charges that he used the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's computer networks to steal more than 4 million articles from JSTOR, JSTOR, an online archive and journal distribution service. Now, Schwartz committed suicide on January 11th, and he was co-founder of the site Reddit. You know, I don't know why he, committed suicide. It was, I think, a 31-year sentence was what he was looking at, and $1 million in fines. I think there's more to it than this. I just haven't had a chance to take a little investigating on this. But I don't know, guys. Where am I going on this story? Anything and everything that you put out on the internet, okay? Facebook, Google, Twitter, whatever the new ones are, even this lovely YouTube that we happen to be on, the government's going to be able to monitor, and so is some of these hackers, these goofy hackers that I'm not quite sure why they hack into things. Are you that damn bored that you got to hack into other people's crap? Stay in your own lives. You don't need to be in anybody else's. That's all I'm going to say about that bit. But just watch what you put on the public forums, okay? You know me. I'm a big mouth, but I have a good heart, and I got to speak the truth. That's all it is. Okay, serious stuff out of the way. Now we're going to get to some more less trivial stuff. How about that? Just found this out today. Oh, I don't know what to think about this. Star Wars geeks, listen up to this. It's been announced today that J.J. Abrams, director of Lost and the Star Trek reboots, he's going to get to direct Star Wars Episode 7. Really? I'm sorry. I wasn't a big Lost fan. The Star Trek movies, the first one was all right. All right. I had Star Trek fans. They were pissed off about it. And I told them I had to calm them down. I said, look, this is a reboot. All right? For the next generation that never got a chance to see this stuff. Personally, they should go backwards and watch the original episodes. Just saying. So it also appears that Lucasfilm's Industrial Light and Magic will do the special effects. This one is a head-scratcher, other than the J.J. Abrams thing. Guess who's going to write this screenplay for Episode 7? Michael Arndt. Now, I got to confess, that name didn't sound quite familiar to me until I remembered looking at the credits. I looked this up on Yahoo News, by the way, really quick. Little Miss Sunshine and Toy Story 3. I like both those movies, by the way. Toy Story 3 almost made me cry. Remember when they were going to go in the incinerator? Well, we all knew they weren't going to die there, but it got you, didn't it? You thought they were going to... I cried. I teared up a little bit. Point is, though, this guy, even if he is a competent screenwriter for that type of stuff, really, I do not see this being worthwhile in a screenplay, okay? The only premise that I have heard about Episode 7 is it is supposed to take and leave off where Return of the Jedi ended, but like 20 to 25 years in the future. The rumor has it, of course, that the original cast, the surviving members, because everybody's still alive other than obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi, but they supposedly say they could take that and what was it? They said that Liam Neeson is going to do a Spirit of Obi-Wan type thing for something like that. Other than that, everybody else is still alive, knock on wood, and they'd all be back on board. My little idea is this. If you read any of the Star Wars books, the other ones, Timothy Zahn did a fantastic trilogy in the 90s, I think it was. Could have been the early O's. I'm sorry. I've got the book somewhere in a box. The Last Command trilogy, which, oh man, if you've never read that, I would highly recommend that if you like Star Wars books. That is where they should take 7, 8, and 9, because they're talking about making 7, 8, and 9. And, well, yeah, Disney got Star Wars. I just don't get it. Every time I think that, I think of Mickey Mouse in a Darth Vader mask. Or the Emperor, excuse me, going, oh, come to the dark side, oh. No. Okay, one last little geek thing I'm going to complain about. May or may not be sponsored by Winchester. Alright, I collected comic books for 20 years. Okay. Record collecting, was a later hobby for me. Go check out Psycho's Platters, my other show, by the way, if you haven't done that yet. Point is that I read Amazing Spider-Man 700. I followed Spider-Man from about 1973, roughly. It was shortly after the original death of Green Goblin and Gwen Stacy, issues 122 and 123, I think. 121, 122? It was one of them. So I've read it since about the 130s, okay? And I've gone through some of the dumbest plot lines. But I love Spider-Man. I don't know why. Him and Daredevil and the Avengers. Those were my top 3 I used to read every month. But the far-fetched ending, spoiler alert, where Doc Ock, basically in his last battle, goes and pulls a mind transfer with Peter Parker. So Doc Ock's brain is in Spider-Man. In other words, Doc Ock's brain is in Peter Parker's body, and Peter Parker's brain is in Doc Ock's dying body. And Doc Ock dies in the end of 700. So Doc Ock is Spider-Man. It's a little creepy to think about that, too. If you haven't read them, I'd say read 698 to 700. That would give you a little bit better of a picture, but they killed, 700 was the last issue, Spider-Man. They have now turned it into the Superior Spider-Man. I think that's what it's called. I won't read it. Sorry. I love old Marvel stuff. And hopefully if I meet Stan Lee in March in St. Louis, I'm going to go right up to him and ask him and go, why? Why did you, maybe, I don't know. I heard he had some slight involvement in this whole thing. It's just so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm off my web-slinging soapbox. Alright, guys. You know what? This one's a shorty compared to my other ones. Just not a lot to talk about this week. But you know what? You guys take care. God bless. And hopefully I'll have some more interesting topics in the next few weeks on the future award-winning The Etc.Show with Paul Pease. Take care.